This is Team Assignment 3, Environmental Sustainability of the Water Bottle Industry. We're Group 4, which includes myself, Brady, Bauer, Atlee, and Ethan.
All right, for the introduction, so this definition by Yale University shows how corporate sustainability is super important to not only the businesses, but also very much to the consumers. I feel that companies will do better if they run a more sustainable workplace because the consumers find green companies much more attractive. These two statistics show this, that 71% of millennials in the US hope that companies will take the lead on social issues if they find them important, and that 40% of consumers seek purposeful brands and trust in brands to act in the best interest of the society. This really just shows that sustainable companies will do better in the business world.
The water bottle industry is a huge industry. It sells volumes about 13.85 billion gallons of water, and the market is projected to hit 319.8 billion in 2022. Although the bottled water industry seems very successful, they still have many challenges. One challenge is the water resources, and the two sources they have are purified water, which is purified tap water, and then spring water, which comes from like various springs around the United States. Another challenge is competitive brands. Some competitive brands do not use plastic. They will use glass or paper, which is more appealing to the environment than plastic.
So some of the issues with the industry are this polyethylene terephthalate, also known as PET plastic, is a harmful plastic that the majority of water bottles are made out of, which, when they're not properly disposed of, then it causes problems because the plastics don't recycle properly. The cap needs to be separated from the actual bottle, and a lot of people don't know that. So when it gets in the compactor, then it doesn't disintegrate right in the environment. So that's why a lot of the water bottles are one-time use only. And this is a big issue because people have just now realized that they aren't recycling them right, and they just always assume to throw the water bottle right out, but that's not always the case. And so people have been looking for other alternatives, but these are the main issues, that the plastic is not fully recyclable.
Some questions about the industry that people have is, who's affected by the issue? I think for myself and for everyone else, it's clear that everyone deals with how we treat the earth. So the better we treat it, the more we the more positive we will deal with, I guess. Some consequences, like what are the consequences with this issue? Loss of wildlife, a lot of pollution and toxins being released from the plastics that poison the water. So like we all are dealing with these issues that are just so horrible, and I think that we can all make a change. And what is the relationship between the industry and the issue? And I think that we all know that the water bottle industry has been in the past and is still now a huge PET plastic provider. And I just feel like the water bottle industry is known for their pollution, and I think that with this history, we could definitely make a change, and I think we should definitely be acting up on this.
Some of the problems that other companies have started to address is just how harmful these plastics are. Some companies have switched to alternative materials such as paper or steel, and others have even taken on the environmental initiatives. Three companies talked about in this report are Box Water, Green Planet, and Hydro Flask. They all have something in common, and that is they all offer water in sustainable packaging. But in the case of Hydro Flask, The packaging is the product. Now, boxed water. Boxed water is unique because it comes in a paper box. And the added benefit of that is that it's 92% plant-based, with 74% of it being paper, which means that it's 100% recyclable. The company also has other initiatives such as cleaning 3,000 miles of beaches, plant 1 million trees, which I think they have already reached, and the 30-day zero plastic challenge for its consumers. Green Planet is also another company that is using alternatives to PET plastics. In their case, they're using bioplastics, which are reusable, recyclable, and compostable after 80 days. They also require 65% less energy to produce, which results in, I believe, 1 gallon of oil saved per bottle, something along those lines. They use NGO, which has many environmental benefits from the get-go. First, corn or other glucose-based vegetables, starches, whatever you want to call them, are farmed, and then the glucose is then converted into lactic acid. The lactic acid is turned into rings of lacticide, and then the lacticide is turned into NGO-PLA, which then can be molded into just about anything you would need it, such as water bottles or even plastic containers.
So then the third example is a hydro flask. And here we have an example of one, and the packaging is all stainless steel, which means it's 100% recyclable. And it is similar to the other ones, but it is also different in that it does not, like, it is very customizable to the owner. So it's not just like your typical water bottle. There are other ones out there, but this one I think poses the best option because it is BPA free. It does have a longer lifespan than like an aluminum one. It is more durable than an aluminum one. And it doesn't have a plastic lining or like a film on the inside, which means that you can recycle it. But when the aluminum bottles, which most of them have the plastic lining inside, they are not actually recyclable, which a lot of people don't know that. But the Hydro Flask is, because it's just stainless steel, so it can be recycled properly, and it is a lot safer for the environment.
We all know the water bottle industry is very successful when it produces billions of gallons of water a year, but it also faces its problems too, such as the polyethylene terephthalate, which is or PET. But so basically the industry is ignoring the health risks because they want to make more money and all that. But there's many solutions to the problem, such as the box water, Green Planet, or Hydro Flask. And I think there can be a huge change in the environment if it's like acted on, and they're trying to. References. These are all the sites that we went through and used.